Alright. I'm gonna be watching Activision is Innocent Because Activision Said So. The Jimquisition. I haven't watched it yet. Yomi, I think you mentioned something from it, but I haven't watched it yet. So I'm so excited. This Jimquisition. Oh my god. These are always fucking hilarious.
Hello everyone, sorry for the unprofessional filming today. I'm without my crew. I was just out wandering near some bees and thistles.
I just gotta say, I love their intros where they're just fucking outside because they don't have a studio or whatever. So they're just trying to make it up as they go outside. And I love it because these they're fucking hilarious. The new spots and the new areas and the random strangers talking to them sometimes.
And heard the ow. Oh mate, I just swiped my finger on thistles. Oh
Same.
mate.
That's what I do.
But yes, I just heard the news. That's a bee near me. I just heard the news about Activision Blizzard. You see, they're innocent. You get all these pundits, all these so-called journalists, all of these games media critics at Kotaku, or Polygon, or James Stephanie Sterling going online chatting shit about the so-called abuse at Activision Blizzard, but it turns out Activision Blizzard did nothing wrong. The source? Activision Blizzard. Activision has been drenched in controversy for well over a year now.
This is so stupid. Oh my god. The stupidity of this.
Discrimination at its company. As discussed many times in this very series, billionaire creep lord and Activision CEO Bobby Kotick is said to have overseen a corporate culture steeped in abuse and bullying, a boys' club culture that saw shocking mistreatment of marginalized employees, while both psychological and physical harm flourished. Bobby himself stands accused of not only burying allegations and withholding information.
Can we please just get rid of this bastard? Because someone curse him with, like, I don't know, explosive diarrhea that never goes away and it can never show his face again. Like, he has to spend all his millions and billions that he's earned through, you know, not so nice means, and being a shithead, and being a white guy, I guess. I don't know. That's his qualifications as I know it. Can't just explosive diarrhea that takes all his money to, like, help cure, you know? Something like that. Something humiliating, you know?
Surrounding them, but actively perpetuating the abuse himself, with sexual harassment being chief among his indiscretions. For those concerned by these accusations, I am delighted to give you some good news at long last. It turns out that months of credible allegations, including exhaustive journalistic reports, an entire state-led court case, and unionisation efforts mounted in direct response to the situation, are all bullshit! Yep, you can all go back to mindlessly consuming Overwatch and Diablo content like the product-starved beasts you are, guiltlessly satisfied to learn that Activision actually did nothing wrong. And you can believe Activision is innocent because a new report clearing its name was just published. By Activision.
God, just saying it,
yes,
it's
Activision
so
Blizzard
stupid.
has cleared Activision Blizzard of any wrongdoing.
How did they think that this was gonna fly?
Activision Blizzard than Activision Blizzard itself. It makes total sense that Activision Blizzard would be the most credible source of information on whether or not Activision Blizzard did anything wrong. Just like if I wanted to find out who shot me in the back to claim leadership of the Decepticons, I'd ask Starscream. He was standing right behind me, so he'd have seen who done it. No widespread harassment at Activision, says Activision. I mean, that just says it all right there, doesn't it? If Activision didn't see a problem, and Activision was there at the time, I don't know why we should still suspect anything. The report, which doesn't do much to detail how it was conducted, who it asked, and when it did anything, says that while a few isolated incidents may have occurred,
isolated incidences. Oh my god, I hate it when they say that.
Hid anything, and that suggestions of company-wide abuse were just made up by mean old duty heads who were being rude. Activision Blizzard is the latest in a long line of corporations to find justice and vindication thanks to its own vindicating justice, as I reminded everybody in a tweet that weirdly blew up among those critical of Activision, despite it being 100% legitimate and factually accurate, there was no viral outbreak at Umbrella. Said Umbrella. It's just another example about how corporations are so unfairly maligned in the press. Because when they finally have a chance to share their story, and Lord knows, corporations never get their fair share of positive press, it turns out everything's fine. I don't know if you remember the shocking allegations of an epidemic in a little mountain town in America a few years back, but after conducting a thorough review, Umbrella reported that there couldn't have been any such infection spreading throughout Raccoon City.
I love this comparison so much.
Anymore. In an unrelated report, Umbrella also denied wiping Raccoon City off the face of the earth with a nuclear strike, its own internal investigators concluding that, and I quote, some rowdy teens probably did it. I, for one, am simply ecstatic that Activision Blizzard has cleared its own name, as I was starting to worry there might be just a little truth to the damning allegations made by current and former workers, and that there might be something a little shady about a man who once threatened to have an assistant murdered. But no, we can trust this company, and we can trust this man. We can trust a man who had a temporary restraining order filed against him because he wouldn't stop harassing his ex-girlfriend, a man who had his current at the time girlfriend convince a paper on 2 occasions not to publish details of said restraining order. Just look at this cherubic picture of innocent delight. How can you not be won over by his cold,
I hate looking at
eyes
his
and
face.
joyless post-kill smile? This is the face of a man you can trust.
Phoenix perked right up when Wesker was even mentioned.
The board and its external advisors have determined that there is no evidence to suggest that Activision Blizzard senior executives ever intentionally ignored or attempted to downplay the instances of gender harassment that occurred and were reported. While there are some substantiated instances of gender harassment, those unfortunate circumstances do not support the conclusion that Activision senior leadership or the board were aware of and tolerated gender harassment, or that there was ever a systemic issue with harassment, discrimination, or retaliation. Activision leadership has been accused of hiding evidence of allegations up to and including one accusation of a sexual assault committed by a former Sledgehammer Games supervisor. In this particularly grim story, the Human Resources Department brushed aside the claims, going so far as to tell the victim to think positively about the attack,
oh
to
my
see
God.
it in a different light. This is an example of human resources, not
Jesus
just at Activision,
Christ.
but across the
Human
game
resources
industry as a
is
whole,
just...
refusing to take complaints seriously and existing only to protect upper management rather
That's
than
a whole
help
nother
employees
topic.
in distress. Or it would have been, if Activision had found evidence of it happening. Except Activision, strangely, found no such evidence. So it must not have happened.
Is it a movie or is it a
Activision said so.
series? I thought it was a series
Activision,
for
a
some
company
reason.
so honest that it claims all its games are made in a small basement in Holland to avoid paying any taxes in the United States. How could we take the words of hundreds of employees, multiple journalists, and a State Department over a handful of wealthy white men who engage in stock market manipulation and oversee one of the largest pay disparities in America? I wonder why they made Alan Brack step down as Blizzard head after the allegations came out. If
Oh my
nobody in
God.
Activision Blizzard's leadership were at fault. Weird. And if there's nothing culturally wrong with the company, why does it keep dishing out vague statements telling us how it's making massive improvements to its company culture? Why does this very report, which suggests the allegations are nothing but sensationalization, make such a big deal about implementing a new ethics and compliance program and a zero-tolerance policy on abuse? If there's no problem, why does Activision keep claiming it has solutions? I think the answer, the exonerating answer, is obvious. Because the solutions offered are so obfuscatingly vague and fucking meaningless that it almost looks like a company callously thumbing its nose at the concept of meaningful accountability, which is a point in its favour when you think about it. Only a company that did nothing wrong would offer such vapid fucking bullshit in response to allegations it did something wrong, right? Vagueness is the ultimate sign of honesty because only a fucking liar would need a litany of facts and details to back up their claims. What we have come to realise over the past several months is that there are many truths about our company, individual and collective, experiential and data-driven, and sometimes they can be difficult to reconcile.
I hate their corporate PR speak so much. So much. They like to talk long-winded sentences that really say nothing, mean nothing. They literally just have someone write it up, make it sound intelligent, and it just, we all know. We all know. It's, oh God, I just hate it. Just even listening to it on the Jimquisition is just,
claimed the board. Sure, Activision doesn't tell you what those truths are, doesn't go into detail about any of the claims that it did admit are credible, or really offer anything of substance, but as a counter-argument, fuck you, cucks. Really though, despite the horrifying stories of mistreatment that persist, can we all take a moment to think about the real victim in all of this? Activision Blizzard itself.
Oh my
a company
God.
that underpays its staff to the point where many workers can't afford to eat in its own cafeteria, while the executive class pockets millions in bonuses for doing fuck all. Really, isn't that where our sympathy should lie?
No,
it must be said
but
that
seriously,
the company has been subject.
What are they doing for those bonuses? I need to know, like, I need to see physical proof that they've actually did something that contributed to making those millions and millions and millions and billions. We need to see physical proof. No one's explained why he would earn it or how he would earn it. There's been no discussion like about that from them. Just company PR shit.
To an unrelenting barrage of media criticism that attempts to paint the entire company and many innocent employees with the stain of a very small portion of our employee population who engaged in bad behaviour and were disciplined for
small
it.
Portion,
Activision,
90%, 95 maybe.
Never mentioning the fact that Bobby Kotick never got in trouble for threatening to kill his assistant. Much of this originated with the highly inflammatory made-for-press allegations of the DFEH. Ultimately, isn't that the true takeaway in all of this? That some mean things were said about some of the richest men in the world, and that even if those things were true, it shouldn't matter because something made for press. When a company's behaviour is so appalling that it inspires a state lawsuit, multiple damning reports, and serves as a catalyst for the industry's first major unionisation success, you should really be thinking to yourself, yeah, but did the company find any evidence of its own wrongdoing? In this case, we have our answer, and the answer is a resounding no. If you learn nothing more from this whole sorry scenario, please learn this. Activision Blizzard is innocent. Activision Blizzard said so.
Bloody great spot machine though, look at it.
Oh no.
Annoying. Anyway, everybody, very exciting news. Blizzard, off the hook. Activision, off the hook. We can all go back to guiltlessly consuming Diablo and Overwatch and Call of Duty. And if you are in the mood for consumeration, then you can check out Commander Stephanie Sterling's upcoming wrestling dates.
Oh my God.
We have Avant-Garde Wrestling, August 20th in Newcastle. We have North Wrestling, July 9th, also in Newcastle. We have...
to be fair, if I actually lived in that area, I'd go see
match, the debut
the
of
mighty
Jimquisition
Jimquisition wrestle.
Where the Commander will take on Simon Miller and Kid Bandit.
Commander Stephanie Sterling right there on the poster.
Crown Championship Cup match.
That's so awesome for them.
Need a studio. I just got the dirtiest look from a man walking his dog. Dirtiest look. Anyway, I think I said that last bit wrong. The Crown Cup elimination match. Yes, I will be in the same ring as Simon Miller from What Culture. I will be in the same ring as the protagonist of pro wrestling, Kid Bandit. It's very exciting. And that's about all that's going to be said from me, because I am in the middle of a field and I was getting a dirty look and I've already been yelled at from a speeding car today already, so I might just run home and hide. Thank God for me.
Jesus Christ. Jesus. Oh, as usual, that was a good one about a very shitty topic, really. Oh my God, that was good. I always enjoy a Jimquisition because they don't hold back and they have details, but they also say it in a way where it's entertaining, and it's just Ugh. Also, I wish I could go see them wrestle. That does sound fun.